It's now mid-January and summer has definitely arrived, and with it we're experiencing a La Nina weather pattern that makes our days sticky with humidity and almost unbearable at times to work on the farm. But the bonus is, of course, lots of rain and storms carried in on warm, breezy winds. Although it was a slow and cool start to the summer, we're now seeing our little flower farm blooming all its rich and abundant flowers for the season. The cosmos, sunflowers and feverfew fill the flower field with bright, happy blooms, and the bees are busy feeding to their heart's content. The heirloom roses create a fragrance so sweet and indulgent, it's impossible not to immerse yourself in the garden. I have been madly filling flower orders for weddings and functions, and the business feels like it's finally starting to find its feet. And as I look back, it's surreal to think that only 9 months ago I left my job to start this journey of creating an income stream on our little farm. So much has happened over the past few weeks, and since Christmas I felt the need to take a break. In the lead up to Christmas, I felt exhaustion and fatigue, mentally, physically and emotionally. It had been a really tough year. Making the decision to leave my job that I loved, to start my own business here at the farm, the fear, the risk, the unknowns, the back-to-back COVID lockdowns that brought isolation and distance from friends and family, and adjusting to life with remote learning for the kids, and just trying to juggle all the ins and outs of a new business. It really made it hard to keep on top of it all, and it was an intense and demanding time. I was on an incredibly deep and steep learning curve. I had to change a number of business decisions due to government mandates and the requirements for COVID, and it became clear that everything was going to have to be contactless, which meant that I was going to have to focus more on the flower side of the business and leave the paddock to plate workshops for another time. This meant I was now a full-time flower grower, and my past working in floristry was now going to be an incredible asset. I'd also experienced a number of personal losses, and whilst I didn't realise it at the time, I was dealing with grief on a level I'd never experienced before. I wasn't allowing myself time to recognise and process all the things that were going on around me. I was just madly trying to keep my head above water. So I took some time off over Christmas to replenish myself and to take time to process the year that has been and to connect back into my family, creativity and nature. We also took the time to do some big jobs that needed to be done on the farm. We expanded and built 4 new flower beds, and we also renovated our little hothouse so that I could use it as a bit of a creative space to work and store dried flowers. I'm just finding now that I need more and more room to work and make floral arrangements and have places to store my equipment. Little did I know that we were just about to be thrust into utter chaos at the hands of Mother Nature.
Oh my gosh, there is the biggest hailstorm coming right now, and I am madly trying to harvest all my sunflowers so that I can salvage them. It is huge. It's just hit my friend's house, Kathy, and it's headed this way, and it's really damaging. So we've got to harvest everything we can. Quick, this is stressful. Okay, we've managed to salvage a lot, and now we're just running for inside. Well, you wouldn't believe that last week there was a heat wave here, would you? All my roses are just Yeah, some of them are pretty big. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, the front door. Pigs, the poor pigs have got flooding and stuff in their pen, but I'm just coming out to the flower field now just to see what the damage is, and it looks like it's pretty bad. So I might just put the camera down for a little bit. All the rudbeckia is just completely torn off. There's nothing left of that. That's just shredded to smithereens. I hadn't even harvested any of that. Look, there's one here. One lone survivor. So before this blew in, I kind of came and harvested as many sunflowers as I could. This was meant to be the second succession planting I had, so that we could have a second lot, and I've got a third lot as well that are further down, which are probably just as damaged as this, so I don't know if these are going to come back. So all my dahlias have been basically annihilated, just absolutely smashed. Yeah, so it's just devastated, completely devastated. I don't know if I can salvage any of these plants. Well, good morning everybody. It is really early and I am here. I've just been and harvested blue gum, and I'm just about to harvest a few more things from the flower field that managed to survive the storm. One of the hardest things I think that I've found since this happening is, I've got dirt on myself already. Wow, that didn't take long. One of the hardest things I think I've found since the storm is I still have events booked in. Like today I'm doing flowers for a 50th birthday, and I'm trying to work out what flowers I have to be able to use after the storm, and you know, I'm left with very little. So it's, you know, part of the challenge of what I do now, or what I'm finding now, is that I've got to try and be really creative with what I've got. But these are the challenges that you face, like, you know, for a small business to sort of, you know, keep up with bookings and things like that. It's just, you know, you have a hailstorm and it just causes that sort of damage. You've really got to be creative. Okay, so I've managed to do blue gum, and I've got a few feature flowers just from the flower field that'll be good, and I'm going to go put them into jars now. During this time I've been listening to a podcast on being able to hold both sorrow and beauty in your hands, and that they can coexist. This has really resonated with me as I experience the depths of grief and the storms of life, the loss and destruction of our flower crops, and yet the love and support of friends and family and community, the kindness and generosity of those around me. I really am counting my blessings, and we will rebuild over the coming weeks, and I look forward to sharing that with you. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'm so grateful to each of you for your kindness and support, and I hope that you too are able to learn how to gently hold both sorrow and beauty in your lives.